Less than 1,000 positive COVID-19 cases and 28 deaths, Uruguay has become a COVID-19 success story. Despite sharing a border with Brazil, the second worst affected country, Uruguay has managed to contain the outbreak. The country flattened the curve without even imposing the lockdown restrictions. This report tells you how.
When we talk about COVID-19 success stories, the first few countries that come to our mind are Taiwan, New Zealand, Australia and Canada, to name a few. Today, we bring you a COVID-19 success story from Uruguay. We know that New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern said she did a little dance after eradicating COVID-19.
Absolutely no idea why I was dancing around the lounge, but enjoying it nonetheless.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stepped out for ice cream after lifting COVID-19 restrictions. But did you know how Uruguay's president celebrated after successfully containing the outbreak? He went surfing. When the COVID-19 outbreak became a pandemic, Uruguay had very little working in its favor. It shares a border with Brazil, the second worst hit country, with more than 60,000 COVID-19 deaths. Still, Uruguay managed to keep the COVID-19 outbreak under control with less than 1,000 positive cases and 28 deaths. Uruguay's success is especially remarkable as the authorities never announced a lockdown. Instead, officials urged people to stay indoors and strictly adhere to social distancing guidelines.
But everything said, for a government, it was logical. And I am going to add a concept that can be debatable and easy, or the easiest measure to order mandatory quarantine. And from the beginning, I was clear that I was not going to do it.
Hence, people were asked to self-isolate. Experts attribute Uruguay's success to early tracing.
First, there were quick and clear measures by the government, with messages that the population understood stay-at-home orders. Second, there was an excellent response from the population. Third, we had an excellent response from medical facilities of medical personnel in a broad sense and from the entire group of scientists.
The country's demographics also worked in favor. Uruguay has a population of 3.4 million. A low population density and the absence of large urban centers helped break the chain of transmission. The country started relaxing COVID-19 restrictions in April. 45,000 construction workers were allowed to return. By May, cafes, restaurants and gyms were reopened. Schools, colleges and universities will be reopened this week. Even though the country has successfully flattened the curve, it will have to bear a heavy economic cost. The aftermath of the outbreak has left over 200,000 people unemployed. The government of Uruguay has not declared victory over COVID-19 due to the looming threat of the second wave. It remains to be seen whether Uruguay will emerge as an example of absolute success or will it experience a second wave. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.